Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite things in the world, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I just like to post my art. I even have a little comic book I've been serializing little by little on social media. I've also posted a link to the Akira fan site with plot synopsis and characters because I'm not going to cover this in depth. So we're in volume 3. I have covered volumes 1 and 2. So I figured let's get through it. This is my favorite manga of all time. I have all the volumes. Um, Katsuhiro Otomo is absolutely a master. So this every time you get it, it gives you kind of the story of everything that's gone on. Feel free to click on that database. Here's all the characters. So feel free to click on that database if you have questions on who these characters are. Akira came out in the 80s and completely revolutionized um, everything. I was instantly hooked on this thing. It was released in the Epic line. Look at this. Translated into English. Um, and I just couldn't get enough of it. It cost a little more back then. I don't have every single issue. I do have all the books though, so I have the trade collections. Um, I try to read them about once every 2 years or so. Just go through the whole thing. It is just amazing. Just freaking amazing. So, I like I said, I have the first 2 volumes. And believe there's a total of 7 volumes. No, there's 6. So, again, if you're kind of wondering what's going on, feel free to go to that fan site down there. I am just gonna move on because it would take this volume is quite big. It's about 260 pages of actual story. So, if you've watched the anime movie, it is done by Katsuhiro Otomo himself, but it is quite short compared to this epic. So look at how he draws. It is just insane. I mean, you look at this and you just want to quit drawing because it's so amazing. So I'm gonna say the same thing that I keep saying on the other videos: is his art is awesome, and I don't believe for 1 second that he doesn't have assistance. He claims to not have assistance, that he does this all on his own, and I don't believe it. It's just this would it just it is possible, but at the frequency that these were coming out of, it's just not possible to draw with this much detail and then draw fast. Um, Something's got to give, and to give it this level of detail, you then need assistance because look at this. You can draw this yourself. If you are familiar with Frank Quietly, um, he is quite detailed in his artwork, very meticulous. Also, Jeff Darrow, he's another one. But both Frank Quietly and Jeff Darrow draw slow. And this stuff, before it was published in the United States, it was coming out of mangas. And mangas, I believe, are come out weekly. Um, so it's just it's just not possible. And he also does other things. He directs animated movies. So yeah, I still find it to be amazing. Look at this. Look at this building. Look at the perspective. Look at the gridding. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this. It is just this thing kicks so much ass. So so if we go from the last volume, Akira has been released. So and it took a while. I mean, this was quite the complex story. It's quite the epic. This a book needs to be studied by universities. It is so good. Um, this thing is just amazing. I can't recommend this book enough. All of them are available on Amazon. Maybe you're better off buying them all together. But if you can't afford to get it all in one volume, then buying them individually. But it's cheaper in the long run per book if you buy them all together. So the collections tend to be, you probably save about $30 than if you bought them together. It's just a big hit to buy it at the same time. I was in an anime convention this year on the other side of the river in Council Bluffs, Iowa. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. But anyway, they were having an anime collection and they had an Akira book, hardcover, um, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I just didn't feel like spending $600 for it. Um, this book is just exquisite. I'm happy with my versions. So um, I just love it. It's funny. So this video will probably take about 20 minutes or so to go through, and you'll probably have 20 minutes of me just um, awing about and just how much I love it. So, oh my goodness, look at all the oh my goodness. So he uses a lot of dual shade and dual tone and a lot of zipitones and just so much stuff to create all these gray variants. So those have to be laid. This is done before digital. So it's how you created these gray values when you were doing black and white. And so all this had to be laid out. So this gray here had to be put in, and then these were cut through to give the highlight. If you follow the cartoonist kayfabe site, they have examples of zipitones and dual shade and all that kind of stuff. If you ever kind of wonder how it works. So these are the those special kids. Again, check out the fan site. It'll tell you who everybody is. It'll kind of give you just an idea. Um, I just can't linger, unfortunately. If you see, I again some more zipitones, and I just can't linger on this. Look at this beautiful art. Yeah, I'll be here hours, and I know you don't want to be here for hours. So the story is just I sometimes wonder if he had this all laid it out and just kind of filled in certain parts as he's going through. But how meticulous it is, I think that the dude had everything worked out before he put pen to paper. That's my theory. Just based because you don't get this level of detail, and then you figure things out along. Like he may be drawing something and go, oh, it'd be cool if I added a page or two here or there as he's going through this. But I think the story itself, everything that is relevant to the story, was already uh, done from beginning to. So here you see all these different zipatones, different shades. So this one here, and then this. So, and then the different values and the different things in there. So yeah, there's just so much stuff that is happening, and like I said, I really wish I could just kind of walk you through everything that's happening, but I just want to show you the entire volume, and I just think you should buy this and really really enjoy this. Um, I just love this so much. It is probably I would put it up there with The Dark Knight Returns, and I would all these Watchmen and all those Batman Year One, Born Again, a lot of Frank Miller and Alan Moore. But you know, this is in the top 10. Where you want to put it in the top 10, that's up to you. But this is a top 10 epic. And when you look at how much work was done into this, say, compared to Watchmen, which was 12 issues, this is well over. Um, this was collected, I think, into 50. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't have all the issues. Um, so it was I had a I I'll have to look. Um, I got maybe 16 issues, so something like that. And I think this was over 50 issues. So when you compare the totality of it, it it's better than probably Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns. I mean, look at this level of detail and how much is put in and how it's just incredible. So, um, I can see this could very well be the greatest comic book story ever told, because this is one story. This isn't a continuation of um anything. Like superheroes just continue for decades and decades and decades. He told one story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that was it. So, again, look at this. So he's afraid of Akira, or that experiment. Um, Again, feel free to look at the fan site that I included in the link below. This is just exquisite, this detail. So again, as I always say, he had to have assistance. And again, that's just based on the speed. It is, I believe, impossible to draw with this much detail and fast. Something's got to give. You can be fast, and create. Um, you can do this very fast, but the level of detail is going to be missing. Like you can make a build, you can do all this, but you wouldn't be able to do all these things to create, um, so yeah, this is again why I believe he has assistance. And if he tells you he doesn't, he's full of shit. It doesn't minimize. I mean, I guess some people, artists in the eight, 50, 60s, they hired assistants to ink the backgrounds. They didn't want to do that crap themselves. So, and something you'll notice is the Colonel's always sweating. Um, just because he's in stress situations. So anytime that like he's yelling at him, now he starts. So I think he uses it as a way to show stress. And so so much is going on, but you're probably looking at this going, you're a little lost. It's okay. Um, Go to that site, and you can get um, familiarized with the story, and then come and just look at these beautiful pictures. If you're watching it on your computer, and if you have two monitors, or maybe you can put it in one part, and then you can go to that site and read a little bit of it, and just kind of follow along. So, however you'd like. I just love these pictures, and all this is just so awesome. So we're about 100 pages in. So, and we're about 17 minutes in, 17 and a half minutes in. So we'll probably do this, will probably take about a half hour or so. So we'll kind of try to move this along just a little bit more so that I just don't know. I was originally just gonna pick, but there's no good stopping point. I guess it just kind of just keeps going. Even when it stops for the end of the book, you're like, oh, that's not, but because it's just a never ending, complete story. So I suppose you could stop it anywhere, but. So when you're creating an epic this big, you have time, because again it's so big. You have time to allow these characters to breathe and have their own, be able to do like you do with with a sitcom, as opposed to you're constrained to having to finish this in X amount of issues or X amount of time. So here they're trying to get away, and of course I haven't been explaining anything, so you're probably going, getting away from what? That's all right. Just let's just enjoy these beautiful pictures. The last time I read this was what year are we in? 2023. So I read this in 2021. I read it from start to finish. Took me about a month, just reading about a half hour each day for about a month. Look at this. Just amazing, amazing. I suppose you could pause this and um read it like that, but man, go buy this. This is the one thing, when I go through all these comic books, I don't tell anybody to go buy anything. I own everything that I show people. So I won't tell you to buy this. You should own this. This collection is a must. So it's the one thing that if any of these issues you like or anything, I recommend you buy the entire Akira run. Like I said, they're all in Amazon, every single one, all six. I think book two is the longest. Um, but they're all over 200 pages, every single one. That was pretty cool here with the shadow. Just amazing stuff. Look at that. I mean, these backgrounds of his are just so, and the funny thing is nowadays you can cheat because you can just take take pictures and then just put it through a program to make it look like it, and then just add the figures. But there was no shortcuts back then. You had to draw these. So so notice that after we showed Akira, at the end of the second volume, he hasn't appeared again. So this whole series is named after a character that hardly actually appears, which I think is pretty cool. It would be so hard, I believe, to do an homage to this series, like if you wanted to create a comic book, without really copying a lot of, because this story is so um it's so great. I mean, The Walking Dead, I think, does a very good job, but it's nowhere to near this. I love Charlie at Large, so I'm not speaking ill of the art of The Walking Dead. The story is just amazing, but I mean, Charlie at Large at Adlard doesn't draw like this. He's an inkslinger. He draws more the way I sort of draw. Um, he but he's not this detailed like this. Um, I do love The Walking Dead though. Um, I did not buy it when it first came out. The Walking Dead. I have the books. I am okay not owning original issues of things. I'm okay because most of the time, all I do, man, is read comic books. I am not going to sell a single one of my comic books. When I die, my daughter's just gonna get them. She always says she won't sell them either, so I don't know. I guess when she's in her 20s. So I guess if she dies, then that would, let's see. So a lot of these things. So someone's gonna be rich on some of them. I do have some stuff that is pretty good. I have the first. I have a lot of Jim Lee stuff. I have a lot of Tom McFarlane stuff in originals. I have first Deadpool, first Wolverine. I have um, I have a lot of comic books, just so many. So some are worth some are worthless. So I guess it all just depends. And look at these lines. I mean, you take a ruler and draw these out. Yeah. How much time do you think it takes to draw all these lines? I mean, he's not even doing it on shorthand. I mean, he's using a ruler. Oh, goodness. So we're about 25 minutes and I'm about 100 pages left. So, hmm. so I just don't want to speed up too much more because then we'll just sort of miss the whole point of this. So, awesome. That looks like it hurts. Look at this. Just wow. Man, oh man. Look at this. Even this rubble pile. I mean, just wow. So these children are all kind of special. Um, and you'll see that if you visit that fan site, they'll have powers. And they're from the same experiment that created Akira. Akira is just the most powerful one. And he had to have been locked away. But, of course, no matter what, when you lock something up, um, it's it can come out. So, yeah, it's all pretty cool. So in my channel, I have two mangas that I'm currently covering. It's mostly comic books, but I'm covering Akira, and I have 6 volumes of my current favorite one, The One Punch Man. Now, The One Punch Man is not as serious as this, not as it's fun. If you enjoy My Hero Academia, which I will eventually get to sometime, but I want to get through The One Punch Man first. Then I'll start My Hero Academia afterwards. They're fun. They're exactly what I love about comic books, and I so wish that American comic books, currently modern American comic books, were doing stuff like that, like um in those two, in My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. They're just fun. So again, with the sweat to evoke stress. And so we're kind of here at the end game of the third volume. So as you can see, there's really no. I mean, this thing just continues. It's like there's no end game. There or they're not end game. I'm sorry, but there's like never any good stopping points. Like where are you gonna stop? So that's why I kind of just do the whole volume. Man, again, look at all this detail. So yeah, Akira hasn't even shown up yet on this third volume. So he showed up a little bit in volume 2 toward the end. And so we also haven't seen Tetsuo from the beginning. So, or no, not Tetsuo. I'm sorry. Uh, no, Tetsuo. He's the sort of the bad kid. So Kaneda's the good guy, who's who's sort of the protagonist. When I was young, before I really understood what was going on, I thought he was Akira. I thought that, but so there's Akira, by the way. So yeah, so like I said, go visit the site. It'll do a far better job than I do to kind of explain to you everything that's going on. And then just enjoy these pretty pictures more than sort of knowing what's going on. So we're a little over a half hour in, but um, got maybe 50 pages or so. So we're almost there. So it's kind of funny. So this is Japanese, but it's if you live in the United States, you understand. And I believe that Western culture and Japanese is both Eastern and Western culture. Um, you understand. I think Western culture is the same. Whether it's England, United States, France, um, we all have the same problem. Look at this, bang, and just the whole. So I don't understand why he's shocked since he's the one that shot the bullet. Oh no, it was the this guy here. My bad. So, oh, they killed one of them. He was trying to kill Akira. And then they're psychics, or they have psychic powers. So, and then here's Kaneda or Tetsuo. Sorry. And Akira's about to probably use his power or something, so everyone's freaking out. Oopsie. So double page. So here we go. And if you remember how the volume, how it started, we're about to get a repeat as Akira explodes. Look at this. It's just so amazing. Look at that. Look at this level of detail. What a craftsman. So, and so after Tokyo had been rebuilt, Akira destroyed it again. I went too fast. Look at this. My goodness gracious. Look at that. Just wow. Look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, wow, wow. If you end up buying this and it's not your favorite, something's wrong with you. This um series, this story is just unfriggin' believable. Look at that. So this will roughly be about a 40-minute video. So that's all right. Got about 10 pages to go. And so now we start a new world. So the new world now begins with another new world because, of course, Akira had caused a new world the first time he detonated, and now he is created another one. Love this. The one beam of sunlight. So I believe some time has passed in between those, and then here is Kaneda looking at Akira. And boom, what an ending. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. And thanks for listening.